Alright, what is up, y'all? Welcome to Two Old Cajuns Nerd Out. My name is Bo,
And I am John.
and today we'll be talking about horror video games that we have. Or games that scared us that may not have even been horror games, but we will be talking about that today.
They call that unintentional horror.
Unintentional horror. Okay.
What was your first experience with a horror game?
First experience with a horror game was NES Castlevania.
Have you ever beat that game?
No.
What's the first you ever got?
I got to the end. I just could never just beat it. I mean, I was young playing it, so.
Yeah, as a kid, the Grim Reaper was pretty much always my tap out spot. And later on, over the years and stuff like that, I beat it. But as a kid, that was the furthest I could get. And I seen the breakdown. I think it was from Angry Video Game Nerd of just the pattern of how hard it is to get through that hallway. And I don't really feel bad about young me not being able to beat that.
Oh yeah, I don't feel bad about young me. Oop, I am sorry, that was a noise from my can. About young me not being able to beat a lot of games, because even older me can't beat a lot of games.
And my first horror game I ever played, or that I considered a scary game, that I remember is actually on the original Atari. There was a game called Haunted House, and it kind of looked like Pac-Man, but it was almost really dark. Kind of see it was your flashlight in your eyes, and you were finding I had no idea what I was doing at the time. I just knew that every once in a while you could kind of see stuff,
Right.
And my imagination took the best of me, and it wasn't. It's not scary, not by any means necessary. Not even close. Compared to there was one other scary game on there, and I can't think what it was. But
I don't think we had any scary games for our Atari, unless you count Millipede if you're scared of bugs or something.
right. And yeah, they had porno games on there and everything else stuff like that. But
I didn't. Damn,
you didn't know
missed
that.
out on a lot.
You didn't know that? Yeah, they sold them in the red velvet boxes and stuff like that, like the Custer's Revenge and Porky's and all kinds of stuff like that.
How would you have a? Man, that's worse than 8-bit.
It is. It totally is. And it's really awkward to look at, especially. I've never seen any of these games. You never seen Custer's Revenge?
No, I've heard of it. I've just never seen it.
Have you seen? They have a Porky's game.
I've watched the movie. I've never.
Yeah, there's a game called Beat 'em and Eat 'em.
Beat 'em and eat 'em.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you just imagine what that's about.
I might have to tell my wife about that game.
Yeah, man, they came in some little crazy red velvet boxes,
That's funny.
Or leather boxes.
I mean, the worst game like that I've seen throughout in the past 10 to 20 years was Lisa Suit Larry.
Yeah, and that was I think that was the really first adult game. Now we're talking a whole different topic, but
Right.
that was that's the one I was just they make stuff like this,
Right.
From my exposure. But that's a whole different topic. But before we actually dive in, I want to talk about real quick. I want to do a shout out to local growers, stuff like that. The Zorilla CBD. Definitely, you guys interested in CBD products, stuff like that. Reach out to there. Check out Zorilla.com. Reach out to Matt. Check out their website and stuff like that. Check out their products, stuff they got on there. A lot of really cool stuff, and it's something that's up and coming in this area. So if you're local listening to it, you might not know about it. So again, Zorilla.com. So yeah, horror and scary games, stuff like that. The first one that really blew my mind, though, original Resident Evil, man.
Oh yeah, that was one of those scary ones that everyone. I think it blew everybody's mind because they weren't used to games like that.
Right, and I had to play the game that basically that Resident Evil copied, Alone in the Dark. I had a 3DO. I was one of the rare kids that had a 3DO.
Right.
And on the 3DO they had Alone in the Dark 1, 2, and 3, and I beat the first two. And I mean, it is straight up Resident Evil.
Airplane.
Yeah. But it's really cool. The first one you can pick between a man and a woman. You go to his house to save this girl. This, I think it's crazy, Lovecraftian kind of house.
Oh, yeah.
And there's zombies and stuff like that. It has crazy fixed perspective and stuff like that. I mean, it was I loved it. And
Like whenever Resident Evil came out, I mean, whenever the zombie genre started, it was just that, and a few other games now, even Fortnite and uh, Call of Duty do it now with they're with different.
right, but yeah, just not on zombies, but like on horror games, like the PlayStation One had a lot.
Yeah,
The
they did.
technology really jumped up. I mean, you have games like when you look at the 64 that are scary because of the way they look now and stuff like that. Some people really get freaked out by that
Superman
kind of stuff.
64.
Yeah, yeah, right. Just like sometimes the little polygons or just some
Oh
like
yeah,
the really awkward stuff, it just freaks people out. The faces and stuff like that.
the triangular boobs.
Yeah, you get the creepypasta stuff going on. But like the PlayStation One, man, like there were so many. Like you had, of course, we just had Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, Survivor. You had Silent Hill on the PlayStation One. You had Parasite Eve, Dino Crisis, Clock Tower. Did you ever play Clock Tower?
No, I never played Clock Tower, but I played Dino Crisis, and that game did scare me.
Yeah, that was an awesome game. That game deserves a remake, man.
I think it does. Yeah,
A
it should.
reboot.
Yeah,
There we go.
reboot or remake. I mean, just the HD remake would be great.
Yeah, can you imagine like after what they did with like Resident Evil 7
Oh yeah.
and like and the Village, like what they could do with Dino Crisis?
Oh yeah, they could do a lot.
Oh my god, that'd be sick. Anyway, let's see, Overblood. That was another game on there.
I never played Overblood.
Overblood, that's pretty cool. It's kind of like another Resident Evil kind of
Okay.
clone. A lot of as soon as that thing came out, blew up. So many people tried to like copy it. D, which was a really crazy weird game.
Yeah. I mean, I remember Doom being kind of scary for me.
Yeah, yeah, Doom, man. Like, especially like depending on what system you played it on, because
we were playing on a computer.
computer. I think I played it like maybe on PlayStation One or something like that, but it had limited like it was limited for the platform it was on.
Right.
So the music was missing. So all you heard was like the like the grunts and stuff like that.
The sound
I think that
effects,
was scarier
than anything. Yeah.
right.
Like I have on the Switch, I downloaded because it was like for like $1, Doom 64,
Great.
and
One of the coolest intros, man.
Oh yeah, and but one of the games I remember younger unintentionally scaring me was the first on NES, the first Ninja Gaiden. The bosses on each level, some of them were kind of like, yeah, one that looked like a cross between Jason and it had a chainsaw like Leatherface and stuff like that, and that kind of freaked me out at first. And then you had like some frogs hopping around that looked all weird.
Yeah, that game. I mean, well, that was the first game that ever had like the cinematic kind of little cutscenes
Right.
like that, and they were amazing. Like, I used to just watch that shit on repeat.
Oh yeah, they were great. I remember playing it like over and over and over again. I've never beat the game.
I beat that game, and the way I beat that game is so crazy, because it's near impossible.
Right.
But they have the spin and slash on there you can get. So whenever you get it, like you jump in the air and you spin, you're invincible. You shred through whatever the fuck comes in your way. So, but once you get past level, I think it's like 6 stages. I think it's level 5 when you climb it up the top of the castle. When you climb it up the top of the castle, you can pick up a spin attack, a screw attack, whatever you call it, slash, spin, slash. You can pick one up, you fight the guy on the top of the castle with the lightning, the badass fight.
Yeah.
You beat him, then you go into the castle. At this point, if you die, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, you lose it. So, like, you have one shot, and you got to make it through the castle with the spin slash and not pick up anything else.
Right.
So that's the other part that's probably just as hard. But it makes some of those crazy jumps doable, where the birds come just rape your ass in the air.
I hate those birds.
Oh god, it's the worst. But man, if you can make it to the end, which I did it, and with the spin slash, dude, the boss is cheese, man. You just shred the shit out of them.
Right. Now I beat the one they had on the Xbox 360.
That was a hard. Dude. Like I don't know why. It was just like I could never get the time into that game.
It took me a little bit to learn it. I mean, but that was also, I mean, not to go off on a tangent, another game that was kind of like that on 360 was Dante's Inferno. That had some creepy stuff too. Like if I was a kid, I would have been freaked out, especially the one when you're fighting the big naked lady and there's babies coming out her nipples and shit.
That whole game is full of just nightmare fuel.
But it's also full of a lot of like if you're a biblical scholar, you'd be like, man, they did their research
Oh,
for this.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, just the design on the game, it was so
Oh,
underrated and stuff like that. But yeah. So if yeah, like going back to like let's go back to the NES because I know we both played a lot of that, and they did have some good, decent horror kind of spooky games in
right.
there. So we'll talk about a couple of those. See if you have played them. Monster Party.
I think I played Monster Party. I know I played Monsters in My Pocket.
Monsters in My Pocket, was that scary? Because I didn't play that.
No, it wasn't really scary. You just went around as Dracula, Frankenstein, or the Mummy, and you're just small and you're just fighting stuff. It wasn't really that scary. I don't know if I played Monster Party.
Monster Party was a really crazy Japanese game. It was really bloody, which was nuts on the NES. And just, I mean, it had some really gross like, stuff in it. But you just like never knew what you were gonna fight. Like you go in these little rooms. There's
Right.
like a little side scroller, and it might be like a freaking Audrey plant from like Little Shop of Horrors, or it might be like a damn butt, like literally a butt. Like it was just weird stuff, man.
Did both of them say "Feed me, Seymour"?
Yes. Um, I don't know. It was just a strange, strange game. It just
That
felt like
sounds like a strange
yeah,
game.
it was just a weird style for everything. Did you ever play Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah, not as much as I played the Friday the 13th.
Yeah. Well, what did you think about the night? I mean,
I mean,
it was made by LG. They're both made by
yeah,
LGN. Were
LG,
they?
yeah,
Both of them?
yeah, the little rainbow thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nightmare. I mean, what were you really gonna do with it? I mean,
I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, how do you take a horror movie that's like rated R and turn it into a game that's mainly on a system that is geared toward like children? I mean, that's what Nintendo is basically. I mean, even now they gear a lot of stuff towards kids. That's why they didn't. That's why they Sony ended up making the PlayStation because a lot of their games, like Nintendo, was actually making that with them, and they pulled out.
yeah. Let's say don't be careful what you say there. Someone's gonna correct you.
Oh yeah,
Eventually, somebody's gonna correct you.
yeah,
But yeah. I don't know. I think that the Final Fantasy, not Final Fantasy, the Friday 13th and the Nightmare games stuff. I have to pull it back to those. I think they were like they came out so close together, and they were made by the
right.
same company, stuff like that. But they're so. I think Friday 13th is closer to the source material, I guess you
Yeah,
could say.
because you're at camp and
Yeah, they got the lake, they got the. I guess that's about the extent of the counselors. They got
although
your mother.
the mother's head floating around and stuff like that.
Um, all right, so what other games we got in there? Shadowgate. Did you ever play Shadowgate?
No, I never played Shadow.
Shadowgate. You know what it is?
No.
Shadowgate. First person point and click kind of game. But it was real scary. Like because like skeletons, all kinds of stuff.
Right.
You never. I mean, now it's tame, but as a kid, it was really really awesome.
Oh,
That was a game that I used to rent all the time,
okay.
and it was just full of like handwritten notes. That was back in the cool days. We used to get the actual instruction books.
Oh yeah, those
So
instruction books were awesome.
always smell like smoke.
Right.
Somebody's house. We're gonna have to do an episode on just like I think we were talking about it off, but like on the video store experience.
Oh God, I missed. Yeah, we can do a lot of. We can do a long episode on that one.
Yeah, just like the whole going out. That's an adventure.
Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, like
Video
like
store.
you get to pick a game if you're lucky, maybe even a movie,
Right.
both.
Yeah, lucky if you pick both.
Yeah,
I mean, like I said, I got it good because my mom used to work at one.
right. So yeah. Oh yeah, so yeah, you got stories for days.
Oh yeah. Okay, I can tell you a lot. I can tell you how my dad taught us how to steal the little York peppermint patties out of the dispenser.
Oh no, like the donation thing with the little kid, like where you actually see his face, his picture, so
Yep.
you knew it was coming.
Yep.
Oh man.
I digress. What are some other scary games?
The Immortal.
I've heard of it. I've never played.
It's if you said you have on your Switch, if you have the NES like library, it's in there.
Okay.
It actually holds up. It's actually still pretty cool, man, but it's hard as hell. It's kind of like isometric, kind of top down. Plays this like wizard going to fight like this dragon thing,
Okay.
and I mean, it's just scary as hell because dude, like you can get one shot it pretty bad, and it's just full of traps and stuff.
Right.
It's just always tense. Like,
Oh,
yeah, it's just oh man, it's definitely a game that like you would have to play multiple times
just to try to.
to learn it. Yeah. Maniac Mansion. No, that's another
Never
game.
heard of it. Never played
What? Never heard of it? Oh,
it. Nope.
wow. So yeah, Maniac Mansion, amazing, dude. So it's they actually had a TV series and everything. It's pretty nuts. But yeah, Maniac Mansion was a game on the NES and PC where this girl gets kidnapped by this crazy family. It's the scientist, his nephew, and the aunt or the nurse. Might be a little bit wrong on that. And there's like a group of 6 friends.
Right.
So they have the boyfriend that's going in the house, like this mansion, to rescue his girlfriend, Dave. And he's just like the average guy. He doesn't have any special talent abilities.
Just average.
Yeah. But you can take 2 friends along with you to go save the girl. Each one of them kind of has a unique ability. So you have the one guy who's the music major. Right. And he can compose music and stuff like that. You have the nerd who can like use the computers, but he's like real scared. So like he'll like freak out, see certain things.
Does he run away?
Yes.
Zoic school.
There's the one guy, the girl who can type, which is so dumb. Now,
what's your superpower? I can type.
Yeah, it's so 80s.
Type a breakup letter. I'm not going to rescue.
There's like a punk rock chick, and like I forgot what hers was. Maybe music too.
Does she play the guitar, then get killed by Jason with the guitar?
Yes. Yeah, somebody can use a typewriter. But yeah, depending on like there's like 10 different endings to this game. You could beat it like right away. Like I mean you can literally like have an ending within like the first like minute. Yeah.
I rescued her.
Yeah. There's all kinds of crazy stuff like and like stuff that shocks me at the time because like you find a dead body in the shower. You can steal the guy's hamster from like he has a hamster and you can actually use it as an item and by put it in the microwave. Funny. No, you can actually put it in the microwave. You put it in the microwave, turn it on, and blow it up.
Well, that's better than I thought you were going to say. I thought it was going to be a Richard Gere thing right there.
No, that's a gerbil.
A hamster gerbil,
Right, but yeah, you could blow up a damn hamster, and like the guy would flip out if you find out about it, like he finds it and stuff. But another thing that was really cool, and I think way before its time, is like certain characters wouldn't do it. So like if you had like the nerd, you like put the hamster in the microwave. You'd be like, hell no. But like the punk rock chick was like, what else you want me to do? You
know? Who else you want me to put in this microwave?
Right. But really cool, man. Like you could get locked in a dungeon. It was just so much fun.
It sounds really random.
I think it's might be on the NES thing. Maybe not. I'm saying that, but I would. It's been kind of re-released, kind of. Yeah. I think it's Lucas. I want to say it's Lucasfilm.
That sounds like something George Lucas would have done.
But they had a sequel, Day of the Tentacle, and they actually had a Maniac Mansion TV series, which was based loosely on the game.
So it was like loosely, like how loosely Mario Brothers was based on
the movie.
Yeah.
Castlevania, 1, 2, and 3.
I remember playing the first one a lot, and that one was the one that scared me. But as I got older and played the other ones,
what's like technically scared you on it?
Like just some of the monsters that you had to fight, like especially the like you said, the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, the Grim. Getting to him was.
Yeah.
I always didn't like the because I didn't know what it was. It's like these little things that leap at you, like they're like I think they're hunchbacks or whatnot, but like they're like little reddish brown.
I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to imagine.
My brother used to say they were monkeys, but I thought there was something like this. Why would there be a monkey in here?
Yeah, why? This is Castlevania.
Right, these are like demons.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on. So Super Nintendo, they had a few. Did anything stand out that you remember on the Super Nintendo?
I mean, to be honest, I only played Super Nintendo because my cousin had one. Like we went NES to N64, but my cousin had a Super Nintendo, so the only thing we really played was Donkey Kong and She was real big into sports, so she had football.
Okay. Ones I kind of remember that stood out was the Demon's Crest,
I've heard of it. I've never
which is
played it.
fantastic. Also on the Switch, which is not,
Super Nintendo.
yeah,
Okay.
not a sponsor. Yeah, not a sponsor.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's
and
Capcom, fantastic game, great atmosphere and stuff like that. Really cool
well,
mode 7.
Capcom. I mean, especially back then, Capcom.
Oh yeah, dude, Capcom was killing it for a while. That was like when Mega Man X was coming out, and they were just
It's like Sega was killing it for a while.
right. Um, but yeah, man, it was really cool, really atmospheric, real awesome music. Like I was playing on my back; it's still hard as shit. But really cool. And then Another World or Out of This World. I think it's called Out of This World on the Super Nintendo, but it's actually the real name of the game is called Another World. You're basically a scientist who gets zapped by lightning, doing some kind of experiment. You're pulled into another world, uh, and like it's really crazy because like when you get pulled into the portal, like you pop up and you're like in this giant pool of water, and you just like swimming. And like if you don't start swimming right away, like these tentacles like grab you and kill you.
Oh, that would be
Yeah,
creepy.
and you fucking die like immediately. Like that's the first time I read this game, I was like, "What the shit just happened?" Like I remember just freaking out. And then you get out of the water, so you swim out of the water,
Right.
and you stand there, and like you're like on another planet. Like there's like two moons in the background. It's all grayscale. There's like this really crazy looking bear thing in the background. Um, but if you don't move quick enough, the tentacle just starts coming out the water real slow, and it grabs you and pulls you back, and kills you. Uh, Yeah, when you run to the left, this wolf chases you. I want to say, they got these like crazy leech things that come up and like cut your leg and
So if it's
kill
not
you.
the tentacle, it's the wolf or the leeches.
Yeah, this
Okay.
whole world is out to get you. But
I mean, that's like the real world.
yeah, pretty much. But it was really really cool. I remember that game standing out. I would rent it every once in a while. I'd be like, man, I want to know, see what's next
Correct.
because it was really cinematic too. Like it almost had like cutscenes like in the game engine.
Oh,
Is the
dear.
best way I can describe it. We talked about PS1. Let's see. All right, so unintentional horror. I was kind of thinking, talking about. Sometimes it's like the low polygon stuff that really gets people. Like some of the stuff like on the original Zelda, like
Oh,
on the
yeah.
64, the faces and stuff.
Yeah. Oh man, some of those faces were like the Happy Mask salesman. Oh man, that dude just.
Oh yeah, that face is really freaky. The Skull Kid, of course.
Oh yeah, Skull Kid. But I
Um,
mean, Majora's Mask, man. Well, before we get to Majora's Mask, like Ocarina of Time, Bongo Bongo,
Remind me on that one
that
because
was
that
the
one just
Spirit Temple boss.
okay. Yes,
Yeah, that was just creepy because you don't know if that's an eye he's looking at or you just his hands are already cut off and he or his head's cut off. You don't know if that's an eye or just his neck.
right.
It's a little creepy. And the Spirit Temple, no, it was Shadow Temple, not Spirit Temple. Sorry.
So that was kind of freaky. I just remember Majora's Mask was just unsettling overall, just like the whole game.
Yeah,
Just
because I mean, you don't know if it's just Link's like death dream or
right
a dream. Like you don't know if it's gonna end up being like when it ends, like what was Link's awakening.
on the beach.
Yeah, on
Oh,
the
like the
beach and
whole
stuff
like
like that. Yeah. But I'm trying to think what was the scariest one. Dude, like
this
the little dancing thing the mask that you get.
right the just the skull those things are
Oh, the
creepy.
Skulltula House. Yeah.
Yeah,
The the up all night mask that was kind of scary.
just the end, like the end like end of the game, like the last day, getting to the end of the time, moon super close. That shit is awesome, man. I just remember that being so crazy.
Like,
Um,
could you imagine like whenever I played it, like when did it come out? Like 99, 2000.
yeah,
So I
I
was
think it
like
was
13, 14. So imagine if I was a little bit younger, loved Ocarina of Time, all of a sudden going into Majora's Mask and like, you're looking up and all you see a moon with a grimace and red eyes, and you're like, holy shit.
dude, it's nuts, man. It's very
And the game over is just like horrible. Like it crashes and it's just
oh,
dark, and all of a sudden fire just rushes towards Link. That's enough to give a kid nightmares.
right. I forget. I can see that image in my head. It's been forever
It's
since I see, like thought about it.
The talking about when we were talking about the other day, putting the transformation mask on,
Right.
and that's just the eyes crack out, and I think the scariest one is the Goron with the big mouth and the yell. Like you can tell it's hurting.
Right. Well, I think it's the Deku one that like basically sounds like his face is cracking, like it's
Oh yeah, like
contorting or whatever.
the wood, and all of that.
Yeah, it sounds like the bones, man. That's damn terrifying right there.
And the messed up thing is, you find out later, like you didn't know that at first, but you find out later how the Deku or Deku, whatever how you want to pronounce it. The butler says that Link in the Deku in mask reminds him of his son. Then you find him at the end of the game crying in front of the dead tree that is shaped like a Deku, and you find out that was his son, and that's his soul that Link took over in the mask.
Oh, that's dark, man.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever knew that.
Oh, it's
Wow.
like, and it was confirmed by by Nintendo and all.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
It's creepy. Like, and you basically as Link take over these souls.
Wow. Okay, yeah, that's really really crazy. Uh, and then like we're talking about unintentional horror. I want to bring up two games that like scared the crap out of me, and
All
they're
right,
not scary games.
all
Okay.
right.
One is Going Home.
What's that?
Going Home is a kind of indie game. Came out a couple years ago and stuff like that. I'm not gonna spoil it 100%. I'll just set up the scenario for you, kind of tell you. You are like this college student away up like abroad, and going to school, and you come home to see your family, your mom and your dad and your sister. And when you get home to your big old house, and this takes place in the 90s, like the game
Right.
is set hardcore locked in the 90s. When you get to your house at night, you get there really late. And it's raining. There's a note on the door. Your parents went somewhere. They're not there. You go in and your sister's missing.
Oh shit.
Well, uh, nobody's around.
Right.
So you're trying to look around, but like you have full reign pretty much of, I'd say, almost the whole house to explore and search. And like it's dark, and you just walk around. It's real like nice control. I mean, you can pick up almost just about everything on the pad,
Right.
and there's like real Nintendo games and stuff like that you can check out. And there's always like stuff going on, like noise in the background, the weather.
Okay.
But you can go and turn the TV on and get that kind of noise going in the background.
The white noise. Or
Yeah,
something.
you can open doors, close doors, go around, read notes and stuff. You kind of start learning a little bit about your sister, her growing up, her background, a little bit about insight about her. And it kind of explains a little bit, but as you explore the house, you kind of start seeing some kind of stuff was kind of going on, and I think that's about as much as I can say without like spoiling it. But I'll tell you, like, as I was playing it, man, like I was just like creeping myself out because like it's just such a creep. I mean, you're in this big ass house.
Right.
It's storming outside. You don't know where your sister
It's
is.
basically the setup for like a horror movie.
Somebody could be anywhere in there. Anything could go on. You don't know. So
It's like one game that I mean it's meant to be kind of scary. It's more of like a somber thing. I downloaded it on the Switch. It's that game, that Limbo game.
oh yeah,
Dude,
dude.
that game is creepy. Like just the way you get killed.
Limbo is very very creepy. Especially if you have like phobias or certain kind of things like spiders and
Oh
shit.
yeah,
It'll
the
mess you up.
spider just like you trying to walk, all of a sudden you
Oh
don't
yeah.
notice because everything's in black. It's like a white background. Even the character is black, and you walk and you don't notice. All of a sudden, the spider lady just comes and stabs you in the middle and just kills you.
Yeah, my daughter's been playing that game,
Oh god.
but she loves it. Like at first, she was terrified of it. Like she was like, "This is the scariest game ever made." And she's been
I don't
playing
know.
it.
Little Nightmares is pretty scary
Yeah,
too.
Little Nightmares are scary. Now, Limbo actually has like a kind of a sequel inside.
Oh, for real.
Inside's a little bit more colorful, uh, silent again, but
I
man,
think that's what gets you is the silence of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's really awesome. Definitely worth checking out.
Like
Inside.
it has like some like more like a what's that, that ASMR?
Yeah,
Yeah. Stuff like that. Yeah.
which that kind of stuff, man, just that spaced out area, like the liminal spaces and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
like the backroom stuff. like the back rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff freak anybody out.
Right.
But the other game that freaked me out, like, and it's crazy, is Firewatch.
What's that?
Firewatch, you play a man who loses his wife. Like, you kind of set like a basic, simple narrative at the beginning, but you lose your wife to like dementia and stuff like that. So you decide to go do fire watching for a summer, and you go like get your own like ranger tower kind of,
Hmm.
and it's just to kind of get away from everything. And there's a tower across the mountain from you. This lady named Delilah. Y'all kind of start talking, kind of have like a little bond early on. Uh, but you kind of run some people out who are like up to no good, and then something happens to like your tower pretty early, and then like you start feeling like you're being followed, being watched, and there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a mystery.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What was it on?
Man, dude, it's on everything. Like, it's on PC, it's on Xbox. I actually have it on the Switch.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I have to
Uh,
look. Now that you talk about it, I've seen it in the store.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like, the thing that's crazy about it is my mind made things so much scarier because
Yeah.
like I'm playing and like how I know somebody's behind. You know, like I'm turning around like
See, I think that's another way you and I are like you put yourself in the game like I do. Like you put yourself in that character, and just like we were talking about, like unintentional scares. If I'm playing like Legend of Zelda, I'm jumping off of a high mountain, like as Link, and that's me jumping off a high mountain. So like my stomach starts turning like in knots
right.
just looking as I'm falling down.
Oh yeah, dude, that's like Last of Us, man. It'll kill you.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I haven't played the Last
Yeah.
of Us.
Like, there's like I'm telling you, man, Last of Us 2, there's a level where you gotta climb, you gotta get to this hospital, but to get to it, you have to cross a crane that has fallen, and it's like a high rise crane. So like you're like way above this, like it's super high.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it's nerve wracking, man.
And the thing is, in real life, I am not scared of heights. I don't know why it freaks me out when I'm jumping out.
I'm scared of open heights. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can understand.
like I'll put me in a plane, no problem. Tell me to climb one of those damn towers. You put a gun to my head.
But when the river's really low, you wouldn't like climbing up and down the ladders on the docks to get to the barge. You
Oh yeah, I don't think I would like it at all. Nope. Um, let's see. But yeah, like talking about that liminal spaces, you know what I'm talking about? That freaks people out. Some stuff like that. That's where it's just like open, dead spaces,
Yeah.
where it's like you feel like something should be there. There's nothing there.
And it just feels like something's there the whole time.
Yes. Some people get that shit on Minecraft a lot, where you have like these big open like areas that
Yeah,
like
you think there's a
castles.
creeper or something behind you.
Yeah, but it's like areas that should be lived in. Like they have like the city
Yeah.
areas, but there's just nothing there.
And
Um,
and then sometimes you just walk around and hear, hmm.
right. Uh, but like there's a let's say Wet Dry World. You ever seen that on Mario?
Yeah.
64? Yeah. Where they actually have that underwater city. Yeah, that freak people
Yeah.
out. So people like don't like that kind of stuff, man.
No, yeah, I can see that with withdrawal.
So there is different genres or types and stuff like that with the horror stuff like that. So we'll talk about each one. That'd be kind of like a good way to kind of break up the genres up and stuff like that.
Right.
And then when we talk about each genre, you can kind of say which ones that you were fond of or fan of, your recommendations, and then lastly we'll kind of wrap up. Name a couple of the ones that we recommend for the spooky season, Halloween. Are you gonna be playing? And then we'll put when we get to that spot, I'll ask you if there's gonna be any horror games that you're gonna play before Halloween because I got one. I have enough time to play one. All right, so survival horror. That's probably the most common one and stuff like that. That's like the classic Resident Evil, Clock Tower, Fatal Frame, Alone in the Dark, Parasite Eve. That's the big one. Action horror. That's kind of like Resident Evil 5, 4, and 6 and stuff like that. But that's also House of the Dead. Are you a fan of those?
Oh yeah, I like House of the Dead.
Dead Space.
Dead Space. Oh, it's been a while since I played that one.
We know the new one coming out, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh man, a remake. Well, it's a remake of the original one.
Oh, that's gonna be even better.
Yeah, the
But it better
trailer.
not screw it up.
No, it looks amazing. The trailer's out.
I mean,
That's
Saints Row looked amazing too.
yeah.
But
Uh, let's see what else we got. Oh, Left 4 Dead. That's yeah,
and
big time on there.
then wasn't the sequel like Back for Blood or something? Or whatever it
That
was.
is a spiritual
Oh,
sequel.
spiritual
So yeah,
sequel. Okay.
not the same guys. And then of course, The Last of Us, action horror. And then psychological horror, mental stuff like that, unreliable narrators, stuff like that. That's of course Silent Hill is probably one of the
Yeah.
most common people think of. Eternal Darkness, Spec Ops: The Line, that was a pretty crazy game.
Right.
Yeah. Jump scare horror.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Of course, that's the one a lot of people think of. But like even stuff like Dino Crisis and Resident Evil, Outlast, they have like jump scare stuff that's in those games.
Like Turok.
Yep. Reverse horror. What's that?
I have no clue. I don't think I've heard of that one.
Reverse horror is games. Yeah, yeah. Reverse horror is games where you are the player scaring other players instead of the player being
Like
scared.
Dead by Daylight. You can.
Exactly. Dead by Daylight, Friday the 13th, and the upcoming Texas Chainsaw Massacre
Oh,
game.
nice. Well, I mean, also the Evil Dead game.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing with that. So, any games that we want to mention?
Well, I mean, during the Halloween season, I'm not going to be playing much. The only thing I can really play on the boat is Fortnite, with Fortnitemares coming out.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
Halloween.
And so, I mean, you're going to have my Xbox until I get home. So,
Oh, you could play some on the Switch.
yeah, I'll probably end up trying to play Limbo, and I might find that game you were telling me about, that Firewatch.
Yeah,
See
Firewatch
see
or
if it
Inside.
creeps me out. Yeah.
You might, I mean, even if it doesn't, it's a
Still
good game.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but some other horror games now. It's not scary and stuff like that, but it's just a horror series that I really enjoy. Is the Dead Rising series.
I like Dead Rising.
I 100% the first Dead Rising, which has one of the hardest achievements ever in a video game. That 14-day survivor shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing is crazy. Like it's, you literally have to play for 7 hours straight.
Oh damn.
And you can't pause it.
So like a day is 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's how it goes, or it might actually be 14 hours. It's a long ass time you have to play.
Cool.
It's 14 hours. You have to play 14 hours because
Yeah,
it's 7 day survivor. It's 2 days, 2 hours a day.
I can't play a game that long.
Dude, I had two TVs hooked up, man. I was watching like Seinfeld. I had like fans going all over my Xbox.
You just left it on. That's all.
You can't because your health's constantly draining.
Oh, so
you have to eat, and then that means you have to go out and fight because the survivors become killers in that mode.
Oh wow!
And whatever you pick up is gone. So if you run and you grab all orange juice, and then like you get fucked up, there's no more orange juice to go get.
Right.
So you gotta like try to be like as. I spent a shitload of time in this one vent, and I would go out. You know, it was an air thing. I'd go out when I had to, but for the most part, it was really crazy and like it's a challenge, man.
You did better than me because man, I wouldn't have been able to do it.
But yeah, that series. There's a game Soma. Like I've never played it. I know that one's like really popular. The Silent Hill series. Like I played the first three. The Room. I didn't really play too much, and then like after that, like I kind of tapped out a little bit. I was super freaking excited about PT. Played the demo. Loved the fucking demo. The demo scared the hell out of me, man. Did you ever play it?
No.
Did you ever see it?
No.
Oh man, it's like you're just kind of walking around this like circle in this house. Like it's like a room. You go this one hallway, it turns. It's another hallway, and then there's a door at the end, and it loops around.
Right.
And there's a dead ghost following you, a woman that you don't know. She's behind you the whole time, and like sometimes you hear her, but it's. Dude, it's got some of the most like unsettling moments and stuff, and it's like, when you turn the corner at one point, you just see her standing at the end of the hall, and
crap.
like yeah, and then as you get closer to it, lights go out, and like she's gone. But like the right when you walk into front of the house, there's like when you look up, you can see like the banister for the second floor, and on one of the like the turnarounds when you're coming around, like something hits the floor. And like somebody drops threw something off the balcony, And dude, like if you look up, she's like looking up at you, and like
Oh
she just
crap!
she slides into the shadows, dude. Oh, dude, that shit, that shit. I feel like I've never screamed out loud, but that was the closest I ever came to scream out loud, dude. It was so freaking terrifying.
Oh, I
Yeah,
bet.
but yeah, the game didn't come out, man. Like some kind of legal thing happened. It was leaked that it was going to be a new Silent Hill game,
All right.
and that's pretty much what Resident Evil 7, Biohazard, whatever, was like, kind of like a PT.
Yeah, so it did like the problems that the Friday the 13th game had. It kind of had with that,
Yeah, I think it was just Konami, man, didn't want to play ball
right?
with it. Konami just wants to make crappy games, you
I
know.
mean,
They don't, yeah. I mean, Metal Gear's dead, all that stuff like that, you know. So they were just want to be done with it. Well,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, I really don't know what horror games I'm waiting for that Texas Chainsaw.
yeah. As soon as that beta stuff goes live on that, I'm definitely gonna play it. For that, so yeah,
But yeah, that's it. That one looks like it's gonna be pretty good.
yeah. Uh, I think it's gonna be cool because it's gonna push teamwork a lot more, and the dynamic of it being 4 players, 4 survivors with the 3 family killers after you, and actually having a level objective system. It's gonna be a little bit more interesting. It's definitely gonna keep it unique from Dead by Daylight, um, and give
But yeah,
you,
they have to do something to keep it different from. I mean, keep them separate from each other. Like I mean,
especially since Leatherface is on Dead by
yeah.
Daylight and it's a
Well, it's the same
bastard.
thing how Evil Dead has to be different
But
from.
yeah, you can't use it. Big difference there. Completely different. Um, the horror games on there. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all. Oh, Eternal Darkness. I know I'm missing some, man. Like I had a big long list in my head, and I know I'm missing one. It's gonna drive me crazy later on.
I'm pretty sure you'll think of it.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna be setting up an email and everything, stuff like that, Facebook and stuff like that, as well. But in the meantime, if people want to find you, where they can find you at?
You can actually search the Cajun Towboater on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, and you'll have all my links on that.
And you can find me Cajun Toy Review, basically on Instagram or YouTube and stuff like that. That's the other channels that for us both individually.
But if you want to search on YouTube, it's Cajun Towboater Reviews or Cajun Towboater Plays. I'm on both of them. One's my gameplay channel, one's my review channel.
And we'll be back in November. This is gonna be our last episode for October. So happy Halloween! Enjoy Spooky Month, and we'll be back in November with, what did we decide?
Summer camp movies.
Yeah, we're going to definitely be doing one on summer camp movies. There's a lot of them. Oh, and yeah, so we're talking about summer camp movies. I lied. I thought Meatballs 4 was Meatballs 3. I've never seen Meatballs 4
Okay, yeah,
with Corey Feldman.
Oh, yeah, then that's probably
Meatballs
crap.
3, yeah, Meatballs 3 was actually kind of cool, man.
Meatballs 4 is probably crap. Okay.
Yeah, I saw the cover to it and I was like, holy shit! Like, this looks like somebody took a picture of Corey Feldman and just slapped, like, dude, MS Paint.
Photoshopped right there.
Dude, the 4 on there was so terrible. I was just like, wow. They didn't even try to match up. Like, they're like, yeah, can you make this look like meatballs? Oh man, I don't even. I have to figure out what font. Okay, I'll just do something. It's trash.
Does this look okay?
No.
With Microsoft Paint? No.
Dude, almost, man. All right, so yeah, that's it. Yeah, any comments, stuff like that, just drop it in there, and when it pop up on YouTube and not YouTube, iTunes and Stitcher, stuff like that, it'll be announced on one of the videos to come. So, thank you so much, guys, so much for watching.
All right, y'all have a good night or a good day whenever y'all listen to this.